Welcome back, you degenerates, to the #1 fantasy football podcast in the world. I'm your host, Mike, with my dearest of friends, Billy, the Wilson, the kid.
What's up, Mikey?
How you doing?
I feel great.
I finally see you
I know.
in person.
Look,
Oh my
it's
God.
a physical touch. It's crazy.
A month without being
Shut
in
up,
person.
guy.
Sorry, I was looking down and got a hard on from that.
What's up, Joe Green?
Nothing much. It's good to be back in person.
Yeah.
How was the salad you had?
The salad was salty.
He went on vacation and lost about 15 pounds. How does that happen?
Very fattening, the salad.
Fattening.
He was fat before he went, by the way.
Yeah, no, you do look a lot skinnier.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know what
like
it is.
California food.
You did get a little haircut, but
I did. I had to. Couldn't look like a bum, you know. Had to impress the IRS, you know, since that's my government job. Apparently, you guys
Government
told
job.
everyone.
Yes, you know. Anyway,
let's kick us off. This week 6, everybody. If you didn't know, go follow the waiver wire video that we post every Monday. Let's kick it off with some news, Billy.
Yep. First, Mike, shout out to you. On fire in the waiver wire video.
Super Saiyan baby.
For that, like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. News and notes, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Green put this up here for us. Odell Beckham. Oh, you put it up?
Yeah,
even more useless.
Mike actually.
Even more useless. I was going to shit on him
Yeah.
because it's fucking useless news.
It's not useless.
Yes, it is.
This is new
Looking
news.
to return in mid-November. Got hurt last year in the playoffs. Was it the Super Bowl he got hurt?
Yes.
Okay.
He tore his ACL.
I don't remember if it's Super Bowl or the championship game. Torn ACL. Meeting with teams. He met with the Giants.
Gotta love it.
He didn't meet with any coaches or anybody in the office. Just met with some players and then left.
That's it. That's all we need.
But
That gets us a contract.
yeah, he was like, "Hey guys, you guys want to come on the boat again? I see you guys are 4-1."
We might be on the boat.
Yeah, keep your eyes open in case Odell decides to sign with your favorite team, and then pick him up.
Pick them up. Waiver wire. Don't waste the waiver wire. Just wait till afterwards and pick them up.
I just don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant.
No, that's why I was
think he
gonna
could
make
be.
fun of you, but
I
he
think
wanted
he
all
could
the
be.
credit.
I think he could be.
I don't think he's going to play until like fantasy playoffs. Based on the timeline that he gave of like he'd play early
They
December.
say he's in great shape. He's ready. Like, it could easily, the timeline can shift down.
We saw him in September. He was in a wheelchair.
He was not in a
No, he
wheelchair.
wasn't in a
There's
wheelchair.
workout videos and everything about him. He's looking beefy right now. And I mean like in a good way.
In a good way, he's beefy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's looking like he's on steroids. He might as well be during the offseason.
Whoa! Don't be.
A little random
They ain't
drug
testing-
test.
They ain't testing me not on the team.
That's fair. Next up.
Oh, I want to say real quick.
'Kay.
Just because you said because he's not on the team. Did you see he asked if he could bet on where he plays next since he's not in the league technically?
What did the NFL say?
I don't know. No one responded. I thought that was an
But he
interesting
tweeted it
question.
out?
He tweeted it out. He's like, just asking for a friend, but can I bet on where I sign next?
Maybe he's asking for Calvin Ridley, his friend.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You know what's funny? It doesn't even make sense. Like, go have your friend or your buddy go put $1 million down on it.
Yeah.
very easy.
Yeah. It's. I mean,
And then I'll
it's
give
a little
you.
suspicious.
I'll give
but
you a quarter of it. You just put the bet out.
I thought that was funny though that he even asked.
No,
that.
that's good.
You
didn't hear
think
that.
there's like inside trading laws against that?
There has to be something if it's commissioned, but regulation.
I guess.
Gotta prove it.
Yeah, because that NBA coach got like 5 years in federal jail for skimming games, but it's kind of the same thing, I guess.
It's similar. Definitely similar.
Week 6 is the start of bye weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Adjust your lineups accordingly. This week, Detroit Lions, the formerly #1 offense in the NFL, on bye. Also on bye, Houston Texans, Joe Green's Raiders, and the Tennessee Titans. So adjust accordingly, and we'll try to help you out.
This is when men or children turn into men during the bye week.
This is when men turn into children, too.
Yeah, because
Goes both ways.
this is when you either lose or you win. We get to see what you can do now.
Yep.
This is when the real fantasy football starts. Next up, we got the Thursday night game. It's a shit fest. We have the Commanders versus the Bears.
You think this game is going to be better or worse than last Thursday's?
Betters.
I don't know.
It's gotta be
close.
better.
It'd be hard to be worse than last Thursday, but
At least we get to see Carson Wentz get sacked 10 times.
I don't know. Do we?
I don't know, actually.
I don't
It's the
think so.
Bears.
Do we?
Maybe 4.
But I'm saying, do we see Carson Wentz? Do you see Ron Rivera? What he said about Carson Wentz?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't. I don't know. I don't know if they will
Why?
change position.
I mean, for people who missed it, they asked him why
Yeah, he said-
why is your team in last? And he said quarterback.
Yeah. And then he says, no, I love what Wentz has done for us.
Oh, really? Because you said he didn't outplay Daniel Jones, Cooper Rush, and obviously Jalen Hurts.
Well, Cooper Rush is the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now.
He's the best.
He's
He's
the only undefeated quarterback.
He's the best in the division. Not even saying that. He's better than Prescott.
I don't know.
He's the only
I don't know.
undefeated quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Either way, not a good endorsement for.
Well, Ron Rivera is known to just throw people under the bus and then just 2 days later have their full back.
I think this is worse than throwing on the bus. I think he took a monster truck and ran over the bus that Wentz was under.
I think Rivera is a bad coach. I think he's always been a bad coach, and
Yeah.
he has a job for no reason other than the fact that he is just a bad coach.
He has like most games are terrible, and then he has like 2 or 3 games. You're like, oh, that's why he's still a head coach.
Yeah.
That's when the riverboat
If
comes out.
Cam Newton had a real coach back when he was like first 3 years in the league, like Cam Newton should have balled a lot better than he did. Unfortunately, Rivera is not the reason.
I don't know if that's really Rivera's fault, but
I think so.
I mean, he's a defensive coach. It'd be more on the offensive guy, but
You're still a coach, a head coach.
That's just
You hire your playmakers. You hire your offensive coordinator.
do they?
I guess. I don't know. Fair. I mean, this is a pointless conversation to even talk
Anyway.
about this.
So, do you think they're going to start another QB?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
not yet.
See, the problem is I don't want to see Heineke.
No, I don't want to see Heineke.
And that's probably who they go to. I'd rather see
I
the
think-
third round
Actually,
pick.
No.
Terry McLaurin owners
I
might
thought-
want to see Heineke.
Just what I was about to say. Terry McLaurin owners would love to see.
I forgot what's the third round pick they have from North Carolina. That's who I want to see.
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell.
Isn't he out?
I think he's hurt for the
Is he?
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he
That's
That's
what I
right.
would like to see.
Since Joe Green watched the most football out of all of us this weekend, did you like what you saw in Brian Robinson? 9 carries, 20 yards.
I did. I mean, the stat line's pretty bad.
He had one 10-yard run called back on a hold, but like you just see him, he's so fucking big, and like you just know he's gonna be hard to tackle once it gets colder. Only thing I'll say, fantasy prospects wise, I don't think he's gonna be involved in the passing game at all, and that's just in PPR just a killer. Like
Yeah.
at best, he gets a touchdown in 60 yards. You get 12 fantasy points from the guy.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a moment of silence for Antonio Gibson once again.
You're getting kickoff returns.
Yep. You know, you had 2 good years, Antonio. But now it's
He
time.
was a keeper at one point.
Yeah, now it's time to just lay over. It's over. Your career's over. It was a nice run. Brian Robinson's in town. Shout out to the Commanders for that intro they gave him too. That's
Yeah.
pretty sick.
That's how you know they really like him. When he gets his own intro.
I mean, they're gonna have to do something. The guy got shot by most likely his teammate.
It's
allegedly.
allegedly. Next up, do we think David Montgomery is going to be the starter when he's healthy?
I don't know. I think Khalil Herbert's better. He didn't look good. David Montgomery didn't look good. It's hard to tell. They both ran for under 3 yards per carry last week. I don't really want to. I'm not in love owning either one of them with how bad this offense is. They need to really throw the ball more for that run game to be effective. That's really what's got to happen.
Yeah, there's too many people in the box. I see this as continuing to be a shared backfield. It's going to be probably like 60-40, 60 Montgomery, 40 Herbert.
Yeah.
Herbert's more efficient in the passing down, and Montgomery is really not there in the passing down. So that's exactly how I see it. What about you, Joe Green?
I mean, Montgomery saw 12 of the 16 available carries last week. I don't know. Their offense is so bad. I think they're just riding with the hot hand sometimes. This whole team's an absolute dumpster fire.
If you have, real quick, now it's bye weeks, so we kind of have to get into like little semantics. Say you had Dameon Pierce in your starting lineup, and you had Brian Robinson sitting on your bench. Are you guys starting Brian Robinson this week?
I am. I have no choice.
Oh, that's an actual thing.
That's an actual
Oh
thing.
shit! I had no idea.
Yeah, he is
I have
But
no
are you
choice.
like kind of excited about it because the matchup's somewhat
The
really good?
The matchup's pretty good, so I think he'll have a better game. But they actually have to commit to running the football and being in the lead.
You
which
would
I
be
think they
happy
could.
if he gets 12 to 15 carries.
If he got 12 to 15 carries, got like a touchdown and 60 yards.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Like,
love it.
great game. I'll take it. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, the receiving work's not going to be there.
Yeah. For those of you who don't know, Chicago is second worst against the run.
So the people that I told people to basically pick up Robinson last week in the waiver wire, I said that you have to play a log game with him. And what I meant by that is that he's going to have to take time to get onto the field, get more and more carries. We saw that earlier in Pierce. Pierce didn't play week 1. Week 2, you saw a little bit. I think we saw 12 carries or 9 or 12, something like that. By week 3, we saw a big upstick of what Pierce could be, and now he's currently a top 15 running back, like I said he would be.
It's early.
The same stages are going to be for Robinson. He had 9 carries last week. This week, hopefully get 12 to 15, and then we go full. He's full force. So
yeah. I kind of just feel more confident this week starting Brian Robinson than like Antonio Gibson.
Yeah.
Even though Antonio Gibson's been somewhat fantasy relevant for a little bit. Last week he wasn't at all, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If this was next week, this game would have been perfect for him. You got to be a little bit. I mean, Joe Green's a little bit early on it, but hopefully he gets a touchdown.
We'll see. Let's move on.
Vikings Dolphins starting the 1 p.m. games. Who is going to be playing for the Dolphins? Tua, timetable, unknown. Definitely not playing this week, I don't think.
No, it's going to be the Butler.
Bridgewater?
Teddy Two Gloves.
Is he? He has a concussion, too.
He was in protocol but was cleared the same day. They held him out for like an ankle roll on the same play.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's what I heard. That's what I've read.
Under the new rules of the NFL, if you start stumbling, you're automatically pulled from the game. Concussion, whatever they call it, mental
disabilities like Tua's always had.
Yeah, exactly. The Nets man up his rookie Skylar Thompson if Bridgewater is not able to go.
That is just a killer.
He's just not good.
You don't like Thompson?
I liked him as a college quarterback.
I really liked him the preseason.
No. No, man.
I don't think it's gonna help anybody.
I
on
know,
that
like
team, but
this is why, like we had trade talks this morning, and you're trying to get me to buy in on Waddle. I know what you're doing here, and it's just not gonna work because I watched Skylar Thompson,
and he balled out.
He balled out. They lost 40-17.
And you also think
No,
Davis
that's
Mills
not
is
even
balling out.
Davis Mills is just my guy. All right, Daddy Long Neck. I just like Thompson. I mean, I'm not saying he's.
Who
he's not gonna win this
like
game
Thompson?
against Vikings. What?
32 NFL teams for 7 rounds didn't like Skylar Thompson.
And he's one of the only undrafted QBs to get a contract.
It's got to go somewhere.
Tony Romo got a contract.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, you got to start somewhere.
Skylar Thomponson's bad news if you own Waddle or Tyreek Hill.
Absolutely.
You saw it last week.
It's absolutely terrible news. If
They
you
got
own them.
annihilated by the Jets.
It's also Jets defense is also
Jets are hopeful.
getting better. They're
Jets are
hopeful.
hopeful.
They're hopeful.
I told you.
Jets was the winning bet last week.
Yeah, told you.
For those who don't know, Tyreek left the game with a walking boot. Apparently, he's doing a lot better. But anytime you see a walking boot, it's not good, especially for the cheetah.
I think if you see the walking boot during the week, it's more.
Yeah,
it's worse than like that day because it's kind of just they're compressing
they're holding it.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. We don't do an injury report now, so now we have to tell the people.
I just wanted to bring that part up because like you saw with Jonathan Taylor, he was in a lot of reports walking boot all week. Like he's not going to play. But like if we get news Tyreek was wearing a boot today, I'm a little worried.
No news about him in a walking boot. I don't think he is. Waddle's also banged up. He has a groin injury. He's probably been banged up the whole season. Not looking good. But we can finally talk about Cooks. Cooks finally had a showing of a game. When Cooks was eating, the Vikings somehow had a good offense.
Yep.
Is that not two things you add up? If Cooks eats, the Vikings eat. Jefferson eats.
If Cooks eats, Jefferson eats, and Adam Thielen just becomes irrelevant.
Yes.
Kind
True.
of no, like if you're looking at
Yeah.
games, that's kind of how it's been. he at best becomes a flex play.
He had 18 carries last week, 94 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean it could happen again this week. Dolphins blitz a lot. They could run a couple fake options. Get him out into space.
Yeah, definitely. Finally, Jefferson is showing up. He's balling again, full force. Keep him in your lineup now. Not that I ever took him out, but he lost me 2 games this year, so I have to. I have to mention that because you're a bitch.
Yeah, it's not great.
That's all I have for this game. You?
That's all I got.
Cool. Now we have the Patriots versus the Browns. Patriots defense lit up the number 1 offense in the Lions last week. Can they do it this week going against the Browns, who have honestly one of the best rushing attacks with what's his name? Chubb and what's his name? Kareem Hunt.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
It's going to be a lot of running in this game. A lot of running. The Browns did everything they could last week to lose that game, as did the Chargers. Just wanted to say that.
Yeah, Browns.
If you follow me on Twitter, you saw my anger.
Browns choose to lose almost every game.
I was furious. It's my last leg of my 7-leg parlay.
Gotta hate it.
Unbelievable.
Talk about your boy. He had a big week.
Yeah, of course. My guy. Both my guys, first off. Both my top 2 guys we talked about in the beginning of the season balled out this week. First off, Ramondre Stevenson showed up big. 25 carries, 161 yards, 6.4 yards per carry. He's just been balling. Harris is out, hamstring injury. We know how that goes. You can linger multiple weeks. And if you live in the Northeast, weather's starting to turn. It was pretty chilly this weekend.
It was chilly. We were out there on the golf course. I was wearing long sleeves. I don't usually wear long sleeves. I like to show off the guns, but I had to wear long sleeves.
I was cold. I wore shorts.
I know.
I didn't play well.
I saw your hair sticking out.
Yes. It's getting bad. But when that weather gets cold, those hamstrings tighten up even more. Makes it hard to come back from those injuries a little bit faster than you would. Love Ramondre Stevenson rest of the season. I think that sky's the limit for him. Like I said in the preseason, he's the better running back on the team. Can do more.
And with a rookie QB, they want to run the ball a ton.
Well, but for now, rookie QB for now, Mac Jones will be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt Jones is a high ankle sprain. I don't expect him for at least 2 or 3 more weeks.
I mean, practice last
I
week.
love that from Andre.
Exactly.
Solidify that role.
Myers was finally back. You know what I say about Myers? Guaranteed 10 points. He had 100 yards and finally had a touchdown.
This is probably our take that has aged the best. Is that take of Jacoby Myers?
Yeah, I love it. People just keep commenting every week that he gets 10 points.
Yeah, it's that and then Josh Allen from a few years ago.
Yeah.
That's where we make our money.
I will say the one take that goes viral every single week on Instagram for us is your Derek Carr take. My God, every single time they play, literally it blows up, and everyone in the comments is like, "Oh, this aged like milk." I'm like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Well,
we can't be right about everything, folks.
Yeah, you can't have Ramondre Stevenson and Derek Carr. You can't have everything.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's not even as bad. It's just the team sucks. It's not like Carr's been.
How did he play last night? Played pretty well.
He played well. But it's just funny that it goes viral every single time they play.
Mm-hmm. Can't blame him bad offensive line.
Still early, ladies and gentlemen. We only been through 5 weeks. Talk to me at the end of the year.
When those rankings finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those rankings finish. When you finish your rankings for the preseason, Mike?
I gave out everything I needed to tell you. I told you don't draft Prescott.
Wait, where is Prescott in your rankings?
Dead. Not there.
Not there.
Not there.
Still hasn't finished him.
One more topic against the Browns. I told you to pick up Njoku. He's currently seeing 8 targets per game. This is the second week he had the most receiving yards on the team. He had 88 yards. Last week he had another the highest score receiving yards on the team. This is the second week. Keep on adding my waiver wire picks because you know what? I'm hot. I'm always going to be hot. This is where I win my bread and butter, all right? We eat, you eat.
Mm-hmm. I agree. We even touched upon it right before the season started. It's like, could there be any love for David Njoku? Because Brissett doesn't have a cannon of an arm. So we're hot.
We're hot.
I want to see what happens when Watson comes back. I know we're ways
We're
away
ways,
still.
and
I-
that's why I'm worried too.
I don't know if you guys saw this. There's rumors that he's asking to be traded already
No
What?
way.
to the Giants after that guy was getting that hand job on the side.
That was a good one.
That was good.
Come
I'll
on.
give
You
you
got
that.
me there.
I was
I'm like,
really
oh.
hoping one of you two were gonna bring up Deshaun Watson. There's no
Oh,
good. There's
that's
no good
great.
entry to a Deshaun Watson hand job. Joe.
We'll talk
that's
about the
great.
Giants getting hand jobs in a second. That's my team. I gotta.
Yeah, I know.
That's my team.
That's why you like him so much.
I love it. Next up, we got the 49ers against the Falcons. Kyle Pitts is going to be out with another week. Head coach already confirms that he's not going to be on the team, on the game.
On
the
the
team.
He's
On the
basically not on the team already. So
For those who added Tyler Algier, it's going to be a rough 2 weeks. Last week going against one of the harder rush defenses. This week going against the 49ers. Don't expect a ton. What we like to see, we saw the workload. He had 14 carries. This week he should see 14 to 16 carries, unless 49ers are blowing him out, which I don't think so. He's still a top waiver wire pickup if he's still available.
I mean, it's a real rough matchup for Algier.
Yeah,
Niners are the best against the run, so
it's gonna be rough.
leave him on your bench this week. Is my
Yeah,
is
definitely
my
leave
hot
him on
take.
your bench. He's gonna after this week. We get to see what he can be.
I just don't think he's that great, to be honest. I think it's just a shitty situation.
Didn't he draft him?
No, I didn't draft him.
No, it was Paul.
That was Paul.
Yeah,
not
yeah.
me.
But you know what they say,
So
family's
just-
close. So
Families collude.
family's close. He's in the pocket already. Those who don't know, Joe Green has a cousin, not even cousin.
Yeah, no, leave it
well,
at cousin.
let's
We
leave
don't
it
want to
at cousin.
divulge too much.
Let's-
Joe
yeah,
Green.
yeah,
You
yeah,
like
we-
to keep
Joe
the
Green,
secret
he has
alive.
a cousin in our home league, and he's about to make a big trade with him for a running back
Any day now.
Any day now.
Any week now, he's just gonna give like a 9th round pick
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
We're waiting for it.
We got to talk about George Kittle. He is playing left tackle for this team.
Yes,
He had a respectable 5 catches for 47 yards.
it's a great game for left
Fumbled. It's just looking worse and worse and worse for George Kittle.
tackle. I mean, it looks better than it did last week.
Yeah, because last week he
He's
did
on the
nothing.
up. That's the way.
I'm
Like you
sure.
wrote George Kittle droppable. I say, nah, it's a bounce back.
He's a bounce back. I mean, you got to start somewhere.
I dropped Kyle Pitts before I dropped George Kittle, because George Kittle's doing this temporarily. Kyle Pitts is doing this now as his job. You know,
His coach hates him.
I think
I think the coach is a moron.
Oh, that is true.
Yes.
But, I mean, no upside for George Kittle until they get back their left tackle Williams. Because
Yeah,
he really is blocking out there for his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. If you own it, like if you drafted a tight end in that was at the 3rd, 4th round, which was Kittle,
Waller.
and I don't know where Pitts went, but like that tier is just looking so brutal at the moment.
Yeah, well, even Schultz. Schultz is done.
Yeah,
Goose egg.
Goose egg.
Goose egg.
Well, he's re-hurt his PCL. I mean, we can
He's
talk about
still-
that later, but
It's
Yeah.
not looking good. If you drafted a tight end this year, you better hope that you.
I mean, most people did draft a tight end
you
somewhere.
mean drafted one of those tier
Yeah,
2
yeah,
tight
yeah.
ends? Yes,
You know.
yeah.
I told you it's gonna be a low year for tight ends.
You did, and it has been.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. Like we have Conklin, Njoku, and all those guys. Hurts all in the top 10 at tight end right now. We have our boy Hill. We'll talk about later.
He's a quarterback.
As one of the top tight ends in the league this year. But anyway, another topic. Jeff Wilson, huge game last week. 17 carries, 120 yards, 1 touchdown. The question is, Mitchell is almost 3 weeks to a month away from coming back. Do you think he has a starting role when he comes back?
I wasn't really positive he had a true starting role when he was there.
Yeah.
I think they might just split it 50-50, kind of like they did last year, because they know Mitchell really, truly can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Jeff Wilson did have the best game of his year against a coach who knew he was getting fired. Like, once that score was the way it was, the game was over.
Well, he's been pretty consistent with 80 yards each game.
Yeah. So, I mean, I I didn't watch much of that game, like 5 minutes maybe, because I was at a wedding, but it was a 49ers fan's wedding, so it was there for a minute.
Where do you meet these people that are like on the Eastern with like weird teams, man?
It's a long story.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Send them back where they belong.
They're from Philly,
It's even
but
worse story.
they're Niners.
Let's not even start this.
Jeff Wilson dominated the Panthers. It really wasn't much of a showing.
Could dominate the Falcons this week.
Yeah, probably.
Favorable
Falcons
matchup.
stink too.
Yep, they stink. So I honestly, right now, I think it's Jeff Wilson. Mitchell comes back in 3 weeks to a month. Like, and we didn't even see the rookie, and we all thought it was going to be the rookie being the backup. That's competing with Mitchell when he was, there. It didn't happen for either way. So
I'd like to be on record saying I did not think it was going to be the rookie.
well, we thought he was going to be Mitchell and then the rookie. You thought it was going to be Jeff?
Yeah. Yeah, I was Jeff Wilson guy before
Well, you're Jeff.
Price. Yeah.
I mean, he's a second-round pick. What can I say?
I mean, so was
What's
Jeff
his
Wilson
name?
wasn't.
What's his name?
Trey Sermon.
Trey Sermon?
Yeah, he's going to be starting for the Eagles soon. I'm joking. Anyway, that's all I have for this game. Anything for the Falcons? Nothing?
No, I don't really love anything. Drake London is questionable still, so just keep an eye on his injury.
Mariota, it's going to be thrown to nobody.
Yeah,
hard to see.
he doesn't have a tight end.
Wait, who's the better wide receiver?
Come
over there?
on!
What's that?
Who's the better wide receiver on the Falcons?
Brian Edwards.
Brian Edwards, yeah.
Is he cut yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen Brian Edwards in weeks.
Oh.
He's better than Drake London. That's what I heard. Next up, we got the Buccaneers versus the Steelers.
Oh, the Steelers.
Buccaneers finally get pretty much all their wide receivers besides Julio back.
Yep.
Tom Brady scoring some finally picking up momentum after the first couple weeks in the game.
All he needed was all his receivers back so he could throw to his lead receiver, Leonard Fournette.
All he needed was all his receivers back. This way he could file for divorce.
Yikes.
Come on, guys.
Antonio Brown posts a picture of his wife.
Yeah, I know. I saw
That was like the biggest shit talk I've ever seen. He definitely slept with her.
Maybe.
No, but Zach Wilson definitely did.
Zach Wilson.
He's going
fire today, baby.
Zach Wilson.
Talk about your boy Najee.
He stinks.
He stinks.
I think that they'll have to start throwing the ball to him more. I was surprised, honestly, how often they let Pickett throw the ball downfield last week. I thought that game would be a little bit closer with the look ahead, but
You said it was a lock for the Steelers to cover.
I did tell you that on the golf course, and I was drinking.
I thought about betting Steelers to cover, and I just couldn't do
Oh,
it.
man.
It was over in
Couldn't
like the
do it.
first 2 minutes.
You knew
Literally.
it was because when Josh Allen stepped up in the pocket from his own end zone, threw it against 20 miles an hour winds, threw the ball 65 yards through the wind, right into the breadbasket. Game's over.
You should
Game's
hedge yourself right there.
Yeah, well, minus 25? Get out of here. Come on. Joe Green loves this stat, so I'm going to bring it up. Oh, look, who's in this, actually? Taysom Hill's in this.
Yeah.
So is he a quarterback or is he a tight end, guys?
Listed him as tight end.
He's
Okay.
all.
These 4 quarterbacks and a tight end have rushed more yards than Najee Harris this season. Lamar Jackson, 374, not surprising. Jalen Hurts, who's going to break the record for the most rushes by a quarterback, not surprising, with 266 yards. Daniel Jones, who runs for his life, 230 yards. Taysom Hill, who plays quarterback.
/ tight end.
He plays quarterback.
/ running back.
He plays / running back, sure.
Slash running
Put him in running back. Keep him away from the tight end spot. 228 yards. Josh Allen, once again, not surprising, 225 yards. And Najee Harris, 222. A lot of where his fantasy points came from is volume, and he's just not receiving it, especially in the passing game. It's got to change. What did I tell you guys last year? You want to win some games? Throw the ball to Najee. It's that simple.
I think he's projected only around 55 catches on the year when last year he had 94.
Yeah, I mean, he's projected for 725 rushing yards now, so it's not
That's
great.
terrible.
It's not great.
This is why you don't choose running backs in the first round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You go
but
George Pickens in the
And
first
you
round,
get offensive linemen first.
right? I mean, it's like in the real NFL.
Oh,
draft.
yeah, really.
I know, absolutely.
No, I would still pick Najee. He was my For me, I can't even talk shit. He was one of my safest picks for me.
And
This
so
year.
did I. I thought so too.
I even traded for him thinking that, like, knowing Pickett was coming, like, hey, a little bit more
There's still
checkdowns.
chance. There's still chances.
Yeah.
Where it could change.
That offensive line is real bad. The offense looks better,
Definitely.
but it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
And if you're a Najee owner, I don't think you have much time.
That's the problem.
That's-
Like, you don't have time
Yeah.
for Najee to turn it around. You're
Yeah.
1-4 at this at best. Honestly,
Yeah.
he hasn't won game.
And you have to
wait.
points.
And this game, you expect him not to do anything either.
Yeah,
Go against the Bucs.
their schedule's rough too. That was one thing. Like, I was kind of leaning away drafting him personally. Just like I knew he'd get the volume, so I felt safe. Like if he fell to where I was drafting, it'd be okay. But I wasn't like targeting him in drafts because of like how bad that middle stretch is gonna be.
What would you bench him this week?
Yes. Definitely.
During bye weeks, throw a couple names out.
Rashad White.
No,
No. Can do Rashad White.
it's not too far off.
Brian Robinson.
Yes. Yeah.
It's a favorable matchup. But it is a Thursday night.
Yeah,
game.
and I'm a big Brian Robinson guy.
But you're not a Thursday night game guy.
No, I'm not a Thursday night game guy, but it's a slower pace.
I mean, anybody that comes out to 50 Cent. I mean, come on. Yeah. Especially us New Yorkers. Come on.
That's close though. It's still close. Give me somebody a little bit more.
Miles Sanders.
Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill doesn't play running back. I'd probably play Sanders. They're all close.
It's
If you let's go over again next week and have another shit matchup. So
I will say this: if you're in an 8 or 10 man league, I'm assuming you'd have a running
Oh,
back probably
yeah.
that's better than.
Eno Benjamin.
I'm taking Najee over for sure.
It's just a favorable matchup. I just wonder.
I'm going with volume. I'm going with upside.
Yeah.
Fun.
I wrote this one.
Yeah. Go ahead. You read it then.
Yeah.
Do you want to
idiot.
own George Pickens over Deontay Johnson?
Yes. Give me all 6 foot whatever 4 he is, getting deep balls all day long. I'll take the jump balls. There's gonna be hit or misses. Like,
Guy who blocks.
yeah,
I told you.
the guy that runs over somebody.
Once
To
a
get
game.
open.
Once a
To
game.
get
he just
open.
knocks somebody
He
over.
doesn't even let someone, man press him. Come on.
I told you this. No, Pickens is that guy. I loved Pickens. I thought that he would need for Pickett to come and play.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's what happened. His snap count is going up. I'm not worried about like Deontay's snap count or anything. He's still going to be the number one guy there. But Pickens is going to be the deep ball guy too. He's at the top 10 in the league in yards with attempts 15 yards or more. So I love that. I also told you Claypool's kind of useless. I think.
Yeah, I mean, we already knew that.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I mean, they're going to have to pass the ball going against the Buccaneers as well. Because, the Bucs are going to put points on the Steelers. They should, at least.
We should.
As long as you don't have your safety, you're vulnerable.
No, Minka played last week.
He did?
Yeah. That's why I was kind of
Yeah.
confident in the Pittsburgh covering, and they
Yeah.
didn't. That was brutal.
Yeah.
It's a closer. Just back to the question, it is a closer debate than we're letting it seem. Like, I'd still rather own Deontay just for the consistent volume, but the upside is with George Pickens, for sure.
Yeah, I don't totally disagree. I think it's closer and obviously in a redraft than in a keeper dynasty league.
Yeah.
But it's I thought the snap count was interesting that Pickens 70%, 76%, and Claypool still was 90% this past week. I just don't see how Pickens doesn't play more over Claypool.
Deontay is still seeing 10 targets.
Yeah, he's always going to.
Yeah.
Especially when you play the Bills.
I don't targets equals production, so favorite line, baby. Gotta feel it.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I'd love to own both of them because I don't think that the Steelers are very good. They're going to be behind in a lot of games. So.
Yep.
Let's move on.
Bengals versus Saints. We get to talk about the one and only Taysom Hill, of course.
Or Tyson Hill, as my
Tyson
prefers
Hill.
him.
Whatever the fuck I say is what I say, all right?
I loved.
That's a good quote.
I like that quote. I loved your simple math
Simple
in the waiver wire of Mike saying that your average points from tight ends is, I don't even remember the
It's
stat.
10.2.
It's 7.2.
10.2.
Oh, 10.2.
No shot.
I don't even
It
know
is,
that's
I did the
right.
math.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I did it myself.
Oh, so it's definitely not right.
but
What's the average points for tight end like in the whole league? Like
I
start
didn't look
30.
I didn't look that
like
up.
the starting
Yeah,
32.
I didn't look that up.
What is the stat of?
What?
It's a-
I took all the rankings from 8 to 12 and I did the math.
what? Wait, how did you do this math? 8
So
to 12?
you
So rankings from 8 to 12 because there's 12. That's what my stat was, 8 to 12. I found the medium and I divided the average points,
I
which
don't-
is 10.2.
so from 8 points to 12 points.
No. So
You
let's say-
had to add them all up and then divide
Okay,
them
so-
because you
no,
can just go to
let
10
me
and
explain.
be like,
Let's do the math together, folks.
I just don't know
This is the math test.
what is the stat.
It's 10. The 4 tight ends ranked between 8 and 12.
That's 4 players.
Yeah, it's 4 players.
Fucking useless,
It's
dude.
10.2.
I don't know. Like,
If we
I'm
go
sure
further,
your math is correct, but that is the most useless shit I've ever heard.
I thought what you did was
What?
you took everyone, like you took like the average tight ends, like probably 1 through 30, and averaged how many points you get, or
No.
like how the average
No.
starting team gets.
No, because my what I was explaining to people, if you do not have a top 8 tight end, because obviously there's a boost once you have top 8. There's a boost. I don't know what that it's way over 12. But if you have below 8, so like if you have 9, 10, 11, 12, and even worse, because there's a lot of people that have worse, especially in a 12 PPR, you might have just completely waived at the tight end. Picking Taysom Hill to just go off for one game that's 30 is better than getting, and taking the chance of him getting 0 is still way better.
I don't disagree.
I'm just saying
I don't need a 10.2.
for those people. Those people.
Yeah. Before I counter argue that.
Yeah.
Just give me the scores for tight end this week, 8 through 12, please.
8 through 12. Okay.
No, I think that Taysom is somebody who should be on a team
Yeah.
because the upside is always going to be there because he's the biggest vulture, and the Saints love to vulture touchdowns.
And they say
Kamara.
Reports are saying they want him more involved.
That's crazy. Trade Kamara then. What do you need fucking Alvin Kamara there if you're just going to use him as Taysom Hill?
What do you want? The top?
Give me
5?
give me 8 through 12.
All right, so Taysom Hill 34.
He was
No,
he's 7.
of this week.
Yeah, this week.
He's number 1.
He was number 1. I'm talking about
8 through 12.
who scored 8 through 12 this week.
Okay,
I want to
okay.
hear these points.
Okay, yeah. But it's
Tyler
average.
Tyler Higbee 11.6,
Uh-huh.
Adam Trotman 11.2, Zach Ertz 10.8, Daniel Bellinger 10.4, Cade Otton 10.3.
So that's 11. So your stats wrong.
No, I did the average of the whole year, you dumbass. It's like average. It's like 55 years on the first 5 games. 55 points in the first 5 games.
That's 11.
It came out to
That's 11.
10.2.
I don't totally disagree with your logic
Yeah, no, I don't.
behind
Like,
it.
I'm not
I
disagreeing
just
with the logic. I think
the
it's a useless
math.
stat.
I think
Yeah,
the
the math
and
is
the
right.
I know the math might be right, but I don't think the stat is quite useful in the way that you imagined it.
That's all we're saying.
It is.
Like we
rather
agree
move.
with what you're saying. We agree that your math is probably right, but it's useless.
You
I
just said my math
probably-
was right.
What you're saying is you want to own. If you don't have a top 7 tight end, you want to own an 8 through 12.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that's
I'd
what
rather
you're saying.
take the boom with Hill over that.
I honestly would have just kept Kelsey and Andrews out of the conversation and then did the average from there.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you have a top 5, I'd rather just have the top 5. Because if you have Goddard right now, you're like you love the 7 catches he has every week.
Yeah.
That's consistent.
And like I said, back to what you were talking about with Taysom Hill, I do think that I'd much rather risk it than Taysom Hill. Like if he was available this week, I have Darren Waller, that piece of shit. I would love Taysom Hill, but he's not available in our league.
You shouldn't pay tight ends. That's the big question.
Yeah, I mean I shouldn't have drafted him when I knew I didn't need a tight end there, but that's what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
This is finally we have one of his guys shit the bed, and he picks players in the top 4 rounds that should be his guys.
Who's his other guy? Darren Waller?
his guy was-
Darren Waller, Cortland Sutton, who's been good. Aaron
Sutton's pretty
Jones,
Yeah,
been
but he picked
solid.
all, he picked-
Aaron Jones been average.
Yeah, he's average.
Yeah.
And Trey Lance obviously got hurt.
Yeah, that's,
I mean-
that's just.
I mean, if we're really talking about my guys, we're gonna take a break from this game. I think we're higher than he is.
Well,
Gabe Davis
had
top 20.
Darren,
Ramondre
even
Stevenson
remember.
top 20.
Darnell Mooney. for
I
Mike.
shit the bed.
Yeah.
Tight end was someone on the Titans.
I had Isaiah Likely,
Yes.
but that was a deep
Austin Hooper.
deep sleeper.
I shit the bed on 2.
Running back, I cannot remember.
I had Davis.
Oh, it was Davis.
Pierce.
Oh, Pierce.
Pierce.
Darren Pierce. All right, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Then I don't remember who your quarterback was. I'd have to go back and look.
Hey, Jalen Hurts, I think.
Yeah, I had Hurts.
Yes, Jalen Hurts.
Which is just lock. Gonna
Lock.
end up.
Yeah, I mean that was a Joe Green move, but
Yeah.
it's fair.
I think he got drafted in 6th round.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Back to this Bengals versus Saints
Bengals
game.
Saints. Olave is most likely gonna be out with concussions. Well, concussion. It's not plural, but
Yeah, he does have 2 concussions.
for those players that are gonna have concussions, like I definitely think going forward, like be ready for them to be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like just because the way the NFL took a hit, they finally got back all these like younger kids and the media on board with football again. They have to show that they're strong. Olave is going to definitely be out.
Yeah.
1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, he fell pretty hard on his head. Like it was good for him for catching that football.
Shout out to Billy for this being his top wide receiver and as a rookie coming through.
I knew it was coming. Couldn't help it, could you, Mike?
I couldn't. I wanted to shout out.
Yes. Chris Olave was, in my opinion, the most talented wide receiver coming out of the draft. We were a little bit worried about how much his target share is going to be, about quarterback play, about too many mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just too good, too athletic, finds touchdowns. I'm not sure if it's still true because he got hurt. I don't know.
What was it?
The air yards. I think he still leads the league in air yards.
Probably.
I don't know. I don't have the stat in
Probably.
front of me, but he was number 1, and then he caught that big touchdown. So I'm assuming it's probably.
It's probably him and Davis. Are
Yeah, it could be. It could
Yeah.
be Gabe Davis after
Yeah.
190 yards.
Yeah, Davis might have took it over.
Yeah.
Kamara finally did something. 23 carries, 103 yards, 6 catches for 91 yards.
Could have had 3 touchdowns too, couldn't he?
He could have.
Oh my God,
Could have.
it's Olave by like a landslide.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did Gabe
holy
catch up?
shit. No, Gabe's
No,
not. Gabe's
'cause Gabe-
not even on here.
But he
Because
missed some games. That's all.
Unless they can beat the team over the top, they don't use Gabe that way.
It's literally Olave, and then 200 later, it's Devontae Adams, and then Cortland Sutton after that.
Yeah. And Devontae Adams just had a massive game. today.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how far Olave was ahead.
He's going to be suspended too that we're not talking about, but
We'll see. I mean, we're not talking about that this week, but
You don't punch camera guys.
I don't disagree.
you shouldn't have walked in front of him.
He's getting his money though. You see, he's pretending he went to the hospital. and
Listen,
everything.
I
You're
respect.
damn right.
I do not think.
Damn right.
I respect it.
I
My
respect
neck-
it. I would
Listen.
do the same thing.
Listen, man, my neck hurts just thinking about it.
He's guaranteed to get at least 50K. Guaranteed.
More than that, you see his contract? Come on, man.
You saw how he barely pushed him. He was like,
Yeah, but he took like 3 tumbles on purpose.
yeah, he definitely did. He tripped over his own goddamn camera. Let's be
His
real.
own- It wasn't even a
took the
camera.
scissors out
He's
of his
holding a-
pocket, stabbed
Oh,
his
I
thumb.
thought it was like a
holding-
tripod.
He was
like
holding a
this.
C-stand. Yeah, a tripod essentially. He just fell over. Yeah.
Yeah. It looked worse than it really was, but
It's
look at
probably-
your money, King.
It's probably like that padded carpet they run out on too. It's just-
Broken neck.
Oh, man. Let's move on.
All right, now we got the Ravens versus the 4-1 Giants, baby.
Yeah, buddy. I heard a thing that the 4-1 quarterbacks this year,
Yeah,
Daniel Jones,
the best one.
Cooper Rush, Kirk Cousins.
Oh my God.
Who are the other 2? I mean, now Mahomes, right?
Mahomes, yeah.
And Josh Allen. There's one more, and he stinks too.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is 5-0.
Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it's a great company.
So we're gonna go with Allen, Hurts.
Whoa, over Mahomes?
Yeah, I like Hurts over Mahomes.
No,
Oh, jeez.
you're an idiot. You're an idiot.
It's Mahomes and Hurts.
No.
Fantasy wise, I'm still going to Hurts.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw him real football, but yeah.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny
Yeah.
that Danny Jones, top 5
He's
quarterback
tough.
in the
He's
NFL
playing
right now.
tough. He's playing tough. He's
Yeah, good for him,
he's
man.
he's running for his life.
He played really well in that Packers game.
Yeah.
Like really well.
He busted up his hand. I don't know if you saw that. He had a big
Yeah.
open wound on his hand. He has a bum ass
Bloody hand
ankle.
game.
Like I mean, he has a high ankle sprain, and you don't see Jones playing. You don't see who's the other one, Baker, who's not going to end up playing. He plays.
Yeah. Listen, this is my take that I've been holding out for you. The Giants are the new Titans. The new Titans. They're just going to run the ball down people's throats, just play the best defense they can, throw the ball as little as possible, and they just hope that Dalen Jones can be Ryan Tannehill.
I couldn't agree more.
I love that.
It's 2/3. Giants run the play action 2/3 out of the backfield. So like, if that
What?
makes sense. So like, they have a total of
What?
300. So like 2/3 of the time they're play action. So everything is based off running.
So 1/3 of the time they run
Like,
the ball.
they're running a simple,
Pass or run.
passing or a shotgun play where it does not revolve around a run, and then the rest is running. So obviously Barkley is getting 17 to 25 carries a game
It works as long
Out
as
of
you
the
can run the
backfield.
ball.
Out of the backfield.
out of the backfield.
Out of the backfield.
Shut up! I have a stat. You guys don't like it. Eat my dick.
I
Just because I have a fucking
This
stutter, just because I have a stuttering problem and a mental problem, doesn't mean you make fun of me. I'm suing you guys.
When you're talking
50K
about
from Joe
two-thirds
Green.
out of 2/3 out
Oh, I
of
wanna
3/3.
I don't know
It was
math
Good. It was good. That was
because
good
you already
math.
proven that. But anyway,
This is twice he's at great math on the show. You're a mathematician.
math with Mike.
That's the new segment. Math with Mike.
That's
That
the
could
word
be
of-
a great
The word of
segment.
the week is math.
Yep.
Can you spell it?
Oh my god.
Somebody wrote, is Rashad Bateman a bust? What do you guys think?
He's been out, so
Yeah.
how do you say?
Well, he
he's
missed
best?
one game.
Yeah.
He's
Wasn't-
gonna miss another game.
I think me and you talked about it when he was gone. Bateman's just not kind of getting the volume that we thought he was.
Yep, it's true.
Oh, yeah, he was because I had him on the drop list last week. Somebody you could drop. I thought so.
He's a boom and bust player.
Yeah.
He's playing more. Like I thought he was gonna see the amount of targets Mooney saw last
You
year.
mean Hollywood? Yes.
No, Mooney.
You thought he was going to see 140 targets?
I thought he was. He's the only wide receiver there.
I kept him, and I didn't think I'd see
Why
that.
would you compare him to Darnell Mooney when Hollywood Brown saw 150 targets last
That's
year?
true, but I'm just saying
Fucking idiot. That's why. That's quick math.
because Hollywood Brown was still there with Bateman. That's why I was just
Yeah,
saying
but
he's the only
Bateman
wide-
was hurt. He missed like
Yeah.
75%
the
of the
first.
season.
Yeah, but he came back and started playing. He started seeing those targets. He saw more targets last year
Yeah.
than he is this year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like in that time frame.
Yeah, it's not something that I saw
Go
coming.
look it up. He definitely saw like 7 to 8 targets a game.
Yeah, he was used more as the volume guy, and I kind of thought that we'd see a little bit more of that this year. And they decided Devin Duvernay is a better football player.
You are right, Mike, by the way. He did see more
Yeah.
targets last year.
I just watch football, all right? That's all I do. I don't know if it's right, but I'm right.
Oh yeah, we talked
Yeah.
about it last week. I think that it's very, like at best he's on your bench, at worst he's on the waiver wire, man.
He should stay on the bench. Don't waive wire him. Especially during these times.
I traded him, so
Definitely during these times of bye, I think it's well worth it to have him.
I just think he's tough to play. I mean, how you playing a guy like that every week?
yeah, I was happy to trade him and get a different asset. Like it wasn't much, but it was honest work. I got a shitty Rams running back for it, but it's better than nothing.
It is better than nothing.
See what you can get. Throw him in a package. I don't love owning him on a team. Mike, is there going to be any Giants wide receiver worth owning at all this year, or what?
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, we have Wandale Robinson and Slayton, who I argued about myself. Me and Joe Green had a little bit of side conversation about it and who should be picked up off waiver wire. I'm gonna go with Slayton. I'll tell you why. He's also one of the bigger wide receivers on the team. He's 6'2". Wandale is like my height, 5'7". Both are. I mean, Wandale is obviously a second-round pick. And well, it goes down to injuries as well. So he's coming off of a knee injury, and Slayton, who's in the doghouse, came out of the doghouse finally because they have to play a wide receiver out there. The rest of the team is hurt. And Slayton balled against Green Bay. Had 76 yards. Showed he was a good route runner. Showed why he came out of the draft as one of the fastest players coming out of the draft. And I like the fact that he's 6'2", and Daniel Jones has already chemistry with him for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Robinson, all he has was the preseason, and he's missed the last 4 games. So I'm not gonna hop on that. I'd rather have everybody pick up Slayton off waiver wire. Like I suggested, I don't think you should use a waiver wire pick. He's definitely going to be there. Most people won't even know his name. If you want to use the waiver wire on Robinson, be my guest, and then pick up Slayton.
He was fantasy relevant last year, though. People know his name.
Yeah, but
for a first stretch.
It died quickly.
It was quickly.
It was
quickly
a fad.
evaporated.
Yeah, but relevancy doesn't have to last long.
No.
Yeah.
My only take on this was, I just don't know if Darius Slayton has the highest ceiling. Where, like, I think if Wandale comes back, he could have more upside, and that's why I'd rather just take him than Slayton, who maybe I throw in one time.
Yeah, just like Kadarius Toney's got upside.
Yeah, I mean, like Tony has upside.
If either one of them decide they want to play football this year, then we can talk about it.
I wouldn't be shocked if Tony's off the team next year. Robinson is they love him as a player. They draft him to be the next Tony, but he's not Tony. Don't get that wrong. He's not Tony.
Tony's not Tony.
After 1 year of Tony, we're on to the next.
After 4 games of Tony.
If Tony wanted to play, he'd be the next Tyreek Hill.
If he wanted to play.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
I don't know if that's the comp.
I don't think it's a comp either. I wouldn't know because I haven't seen him play football. So I
think it's like Percy Harvin, but better.
Okay, that I love
Mike.
that.
Mike loves Percy Harvin.
I love Percy Harvin.
Comps. Mike's
love
all about Percy Harvin.
I love
comps.
Percy Harvin, but it's true. If you're gonna pick up both of them, but I doubt you have room for 2 wide receivers, especially giant ones.
That's true.
I don't have room for 1.
That's all we have to say about the Ravens and the Giants.
Next up,
the Jets versus the
Packers. Nice, Mike.
Yeah,
nice.
Then the Jets win. Jets are gonna go win 3 in a row going against the Packers.
Nah, no way.
You don't think so? I think this game is matched up perfectly for the Jets to win.
Yeah, and that's exactly why the Packers are going to win by
could be
24.
Aaron Rodgers. You see how mad Aaron Rodgers was last week?
Yeah, because they had cheese shoved up their arse.
Their arse?
You see that? You see that
No,
video?
I didn't see it.
Good stuff.
Send me the video. Is A.J. Dillon a lost clause? Yes, he is. I want to drop him, trade him as fast as I can. I don't care what percentages of run plays or opportunities in a red zone. I do not want him on my team. If you want him, come pick him up.
I'm not starting him.
Oh,
that's kind of more of this question. What are we doing? Free ads for
that wasn't me.
Out here?
That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
Couldn't be me. My phone's off.
This is a laptop.
Is it?
I don't know.
No.
Anyway, yeah, AJ Dillon when it gets cold out, it'll be more relevant once again for fantasy. But he hasn't scored a touchdown since week 1. I don't love that. I think that there's only so much upside with him. Like we talked about it, like every week since the beginning of the season, we said that Aaron Jones better at football. Aaron Jones better at football.
Yeah.
We're not saying this because we think it. We're saying because we know it.
Mm-hmm.
And LaFleur doesn't know it. So
what's crazy is this was the game I thought going in where they're just going to run the fuck out of the ball. And they didn't
at all.
They didn't at all. And it was like, you're crazy. That's the only way you win. But then after the game, like, oh, they dared us to pass, so we're going to pass. It was like, yeah, who are you throwing it to? Dobbs and
well, I mean, the Giants.
Alan Lazard.
Giants had no secondary. We were playing 4th and 5th stringers. Everyone was hurt.
You have no run defense either.
Everyone was hurt, though. Like, our top 3 corners
I understand that, but when you, like, don't have the best receivers to begin with, like, those matchups aren't so great. It's not like
they're not as good as they think
Adams isn't out there. So, the only way Alan Lazard can get a touchdown is they throw him a screen pass. There's 4 guys blocking in front of him. Like, I just don't understand. What a total missed opportunity. That's a killer for AJ Dillon owners.
I mean, we've been saying it for a few years that LaFleur is not the best coach.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
I think so. I don't think he's very good. He kind of wasted a lot of talent, and now he's got a bad team. And now he's still trying to throw the ball. Now he wants to throw the ball more. That he has a bad wide receiver core. So
I think at this point you're just hoping that Aaron Jones gets hurt if you own AJ Dillon, because I don't know what else you could really hope.
And
for at this
usually
point.
we're good for that, but it doesn't look like it. this
Well,
year.
we're only 5 weeks in.
It's early.
It's
early.
I'm not counting any injuries out in football.
Yeah, that's why he waited to make moves and you didn't. Fucking moron. That's why he's the back-to-back. I'm just saying.
He's talking shit for me.
He's talking shit for you, and he's never won in his life.
Hey, Joe Green, don't forget me later on in the season. You know what I'm saying?
They're just mad because I got Chubb, and they hating.
I'm
You
not
gotta
mad
go
that you have Chubb.
waste the. Sorry, he's gonna go waste a 5th-round pick for CMC. Well, I'm not sure.
All right, let's not get ridiculous.
The 9th round pick, I thought it was.
Oh, he doesn't have a 5th.
Oh, yeah, because I wanted a 5th.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry. Anything you want to talk about these Jets wide receivers?
Yeah, I don't really like Elijah Moore. I don't think that he deserves a starting spot on your team. I don't think it's going to get any better. I think that this is going to become a run-heavy team. Now that Breece Hall has emerged, they're going to rely on both those running backs more instead of, trying to get people into open space. I mean, like Corey Davis, what are we doing again? We're back to this. We got to talk about Corey Davis every week.
He's the only one who produced. I mean, 7 receptions, 10 targets, 112
He's the most
yards.
consistent wide receiver on the team. I mean, that being said, Garrett Wilson has been banged up the last 2 games, but
I think the overarching problem is, and I was hoping, I picked up Zach Wilson the day he returned. I was hoping we'd see a better Zach Wilson. He's not any better. He has not changed. His decision-making is terrible. His accuracy is still not very good.
Yeah.
And he just can't pass football. Like, it's sad. Joe Flacco is so much better at him than throwing the football.
I don't think we ever gave Joe Flacco enough credit. It's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
he is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. Just because he won one Super Bowl.
Won Super Bowls.
You argue about
there.
Eli Manning as a Super
Eli
Bowl
Manning
QB.
has almost the same amount of interceptions as touchdowns.
Eli Manning beats him in every statistic.
Yeah, including the most interceptions
And 2 Super
ever.
Bowls. Anyway,
I'm just saying.
Breece Hall is the only person we should be talking about for the Jets.
Mm.
He's a monster.
Yeah.
Last 2 games, 35 carries, 163 yards, 2 TDs, 4 receptions, 8 targets.
Would have had another
112.
touchdown last week.
Yeah, 112 receiving yards.
Yeah.
Michael Carter's still seeing touchdowns. He's not really seeing the production in the run game, but he's still getting the carries.
The big thing is Hall outsnapped him. I mean, the last 3 weeks, 51, 66, 70 to, Carter's 49, 44, 42.
Yeah, I mean, and both times that Michael Carter had a touchdown was because of Breece Hall. Last week, 79-yard reception, got tackled at the 1. Guy was out of breath, brought in Michael Carter, he scored a touchdown. It just sometimes it's just gonna happen. Breece Hall's the guy you want.
And if we've seen anything, the Jets coach, when he says something, so far he's meant it.
Yeah.
He says that he's heavy on Hall. He loves the way he's running hard. He's going to be featured. I expect Hall to continue to be RB1 on everyone's team.
He's probably couldn't have any more value at the moment.
Yep.
This is the highest you're probably going to see.
That's why I tried to trade for him last week, Mike. That was good. That's good by you. That's good decision making by you. I offered him DeAndre Hopkins for Breece Hall.
It was an honest trade.
It
It
was
was a decent trade.
I need a running back desperately, and
I need wide
he needs a
receivers.
wide receiver. He didn't want to pull the trigger.
I don't
wanna pull
blame him.
trigger.
I wouldn't have done
Yeah,
it.
I mean, he wasn't close. I couldn't even talk him into it at all. He was hearing none of it.
I wouldn't do it.
That's all, folks, for the Jets versus the Packers. Next up, we have the Jaguars versus the Colts. We all know the Jaguars spanked the Colts, so how are they going to do it? Is James Robinson losing his starting role to ETN?
Yes, and at the same time, no. Here's why I think yes is because you see it, you're watching it. At the same time, if the Jaguars want to win games, they give the ball to Robinson.
Yeah.
When they give Robinson over 15 carries, they're 2-0. When they don't, they're 0-3. I think the Jags are trying to win some games. I do think ETN looked pretty good last week. So, positive matchup, I told you. That was a lot. Told you, put him in your starting lineups, will get you 14, 15 points. They get you 14 points.
I think that if they want to continue to be good, I think Robinson needs to be like early first quarter, throw ETN out there second, third, and then run
Pound it.
Robinson right in the fourth.
Yeah.
Run it down their throat. But what do I know?
No, yeah. I mean, we're not NFL coaches, but
Not yet.
we think
I'm a Madden
logically
coach.
around here.
I'm a Madden coach.
That's what I would do if I was a Madden coach.
Yeah. There's no higher there. I mean, if you're in a buyer's market, Etienne is the running back. One of the running backs you do want to buy, in my eyes, that you want to buy right now. He's not high, but he's getting there. You don't want to buy him next week.
You want to buy him this week? Yeah. I completely agree. I actually sent out a trade offer in a different league for trying to get Etienne. Yeah. Another one where I just don't have any running backs, and I was like, all right, well, these two running backs are working for me, so let's get them both on the team. In other news, though, real quick, talk about the Jaguars. Everything I said about Trevor Lawrence, I take back. He fucking stinks. He's absolute garbage. Has no idea how to play football. That's all.
I don't.
No, he stinks.
No, I'm not gonna
Okay.
sit here and
Okay.
defend him and go on a rant. But that's why I wasn't really taking victory laps when they were 2-1 or whatever.
Actually, yeah, you weren't.
Because I still watch him, and there are things in his game that are flaws that I don't know that he'll ever change. And I don't know if it's from Urban Meyer, but his decision making is still very questionable at best. And I don't know. I don't love everything I'm seeing from Trevor Lawrence right now. It's not pretty. Even when they're winning, it hasn't been pretty.
It was looking good when he was throwing the ball.
His
Christian
arm
Kirk all the
ankle
time.
when he throws looks so bad. Is it just
make
me?
sense? No,
Bad
it doesn't make
mechanics.
sense.
It doesn't
Bad
look like
decision-making.
it looks a lot like Tebow. Like it's like
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not really loving it.
I
though.
honestly wish they would have drafted an offensive lineman this year, and I think he really does need a top offensive line to be one of the top QBs in the league.
I think he just needs to work on his mechanics a lot.
See if I can
I-
find this.
You're 23 years old. There's no working on mechanics when you're this age. Like, who's changed their mechanics? Leftwich didn't. Tebow didn't.
He tried to change Tebow.
They try, but it just doesn't happen. Like, you can't teach, in my eyes. Like, you can teach little things. I don't think you're teaching a fucking full arm motion.
Yeah. I thought I took a screenshot. Somebody posted back-to-back stats of Trevor Lawrence and Gardner Minshew, and Gardner Minshew blows him out of the water in the first 22 games. It's not close.
I think Mitchell gets the ball out quicker. I don't have the
Mitchell's
stat.
just a better game manager.
I don't think I have stats.
He's just a better quarterback all around.
Right now, yeah.
Better accuracy and
But it's just Trevor gave you the upside of
what upside?
Stronger arm.
Does he though?
I think he can make more
He
mistakes.
averages-
taller.
It was less yards down the field, less air yards, more interceptions, more incompletions,
But that stuff that
less
comes-
rushing yards. There's nothing positive about his game.
Where is Gardner Minshew? Is he on the Eagles?
He's on the
He's
Eagles.
They're
He's
never
gonna win a Super
They're
Bowl.
never gonna release him. They need him.
No,
They're
it's
gonna
the
win a
backup.
Super Bowl.
Backup.
He's probably the best backup out
Yeah.
there.
What
That's
about Alex Pierce?
Alex Pierce.
Alec.
My rook.
Alex Pierce. Yes.
Alec.
It's Alex. I don't fucking care. Don't fucking change your name. My rookie of the year. He might end up taking it up.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Let's
2 good
pump
games.
the brakes a little bit.
How
Two
many
good
touchdowns
games.
do you have last 3 games?
2 good games.
0.
Zero.
Just
But
want to make sure.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Damian Pearson.
Olave might be-
Olave had more
Olave-
touchdowns with a concussion than Alec Pierce had.
Olave might be out for the next 2 games. That's a lot.
Olave almost outscored the Colts' entire team last week.
I'll tell you what. Pierce is better than Pittman.
It's a hot take.
It's not a hot take. Facts proving it.
Facts proving it.
Where?
After 3 games.
Where
facts
do you
proving it.
see
2
that
games.
the facts proving it? You
Uh,
see it in the
since-
snap percentage. You see it in the targets. You see
Since Pittman's 100-yard game, he has not had another one yet.
I mean,
He's only had 3 in the last 2 years.
Yeah, sure.
That's facts.
yes, but it's not like Alec Pierce is out here ripping off 100-yard games.
He's also a rookie.
Yeah, I
He
think
is gonna start ripping it.
the thing. I'm still concerned about the snap percentage, but the fact that Matt Ryan continuously went to Alec Pierce last week when they needed
It was
to
nice.
win was very encouraging. So
Mhm.
I definitely like that.
He's fast too.
He's
Yeah.
like a poor man's Hunter Renfro.
I mean,
He's-
it's tough
he's-
because physically
They're-
he's much better.
he's 6
Yeah,
foot
no, but
3.
it's like towards like when they need something, they give it. That's who
Yeah.
they're going to.
Right.
And I'm bad with
No, I'm not
comparing
comparing like the play styles. I'm comparing like how the teams use them.
He was their go-to for sure.
He was their
Last
go-to,
week
especially on
was
third
big.
down when they needed to get a third down. Nobody was ever going anywhere in that game.
Alec Pierce, 100 yards this week and a touchdown.
Ooh,
We'll see that. Maybe.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling
I'll
you.
take the under on both.
I'll tell you what, that catch he had against the Broncos where the DB had a clear pick six, and he just like, that's
yeah,
mine.
that was nice.
Got
That's
it. That was big. Yeah.
I'm real upset that was the one game I watched every minute of this
Yeah.
weekend, and
Aren't we all?
I was too busy the
It's
rest
just
of the weekend.
horrible.
Yeah.
I don't think we've
Awful.
ever talked about a game more than that in our.
Oh my god,
in
I
our
couldn't
group chat.
stop because I was so bored. I just had to keep tweeting about it. Oh
We-
my god.
we were having fun on Twitter.
Yeah.
If they didn't have snooze on my phone, I would have beat the shit out of all of us. I wake up, it's like 80 text messages later. I would have beat. And
Yeah,
it's just two of you, and then Jared eventually getting in there.
Yeah, it was bad because I had like a 6-leg prop parlay that just missed because nobody scored a fucking touchdown.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
Tough.
Wild game.
I just want to mention, I don't know there's much to add to it. Christian Kirk, rough 2-game stretch.
That's because Trevor Lawrence stinks.
I mean, that's fine, but I'm just saying, I don't know. You worried at all?
No, he's still
No.
getting the targets.
Yep, targets
12
equals
targets.
production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
When the
this is
day
a
he
game-
stops getting targets, this day
Yeah.
he stops.
This is a bounce back game for him going against the Colts.
I was shocked he was as bad as he was against the
Last
Texans.
week I
Well,
was
Zay
shocked.
Jones came back.
And Jones.
I know how much you.
The other Jones.
Yeah. So
Oh, Marvin Jones.
Mar-
the Jones brothers.
Marvin
Jones.
Jones does this about once or three
Yeah,
times
that's
a
true.
year.
So
So
he just didn't have the touchdowns.
He's done for this week. So
Yeah.
let's bring back Kirk. All right, next up we have the Cardinals versus the Seahawks. Geno Smith cooking. Is James Conner a disaster?
No, has been a disaster.
No, is he a disaster?
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the question.
I mean,
I know he's a disaster.
That was my phone.
It was your
Yeah.
phone.
That's
My
crazy.
phone's off. He's such a liar.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy.
wild.
That's wild.
Wow, we need one of those.
He's been a disaster. How concerned are you?
Very. Somebody was real high on him. I'm not very happy.
You put him in the top 5 running back.
Top 10.
I'm pretty sure you put him at 7, but
That's not 5, is it, buddy?
it's pretty close to the.
I know
it's
you're
close
not
to the
great
5.
at math, but
It's the median. It's closer to 5 than 10.
it's definitely not top 5.
All right. Anyway, pull up
Yeah.
the rankings. I want to see where it is.
Oh, he's low. I mean,
No, I want to see Billy's.
Oh,
rankings.
Billy's?
Yeah, it's not great.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, continue to talk about James Conner in the meantime.
Yeah, I don't know what you do with him.
I mean, let's be real. They haven't had favorable matchups. They played Philly, Carolina, Rams. Should have went off against the Raiders. Should have went off against Kansas City. Kansas City's run defense, well, overall defense has been a lot better. I think the biggest matchup should have been against the Raiders, and he didn't do amazing against them.
I don't even. All right. Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yes and no. Like the Raiders actually, they just get killed in the past. The run defense hasn't been a problem for them.
Yeah.
But it's still, I agree. You still should have.
I mean, that's the favorable matchup I'm gonna pull out of the
out of the
out of
group
the
there.
group,
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not even that, like, technically Kansas City would be the favorable matchup, but they just get so far ahead of you so fast that you just don't even get to run the ball.
yeah.
That's
Billy had
kinda
James Conner 8.
Yeah.
In tier 2.
So that's actually closer to 10 than it is to 5.
It
you
is
fucking
but
moron.
You said 7.
I had him 14, and Mike had him 14 as well.
All right, good. See, Joe Green, this is how we win championships, baby.
Hey. Can't hit every player.
If James Conner has a good game, I'm selling him as fast as possible.
Yeah. Seahawks are the worst team in the NFL against the run, partially due to Eckler just destroying them,
Yeah.
hurting their feelings last week.
Apparently, Connor's going to play this week, according to Joe Green. So,
Coach said.
That's what Coach said. That's what Joe Green says. If you picked up, I don't know.
Best of luck.
Best of luck. Well, you didn't pick him up yet, but I'm
But
still higher on Nino. I'm telling you, he's more of a explosive player.
Yeah, you've been saying that all year. So
It's like how it's the feeling watching is the feeling I had for Mustard.
speaking of Mostert, starting running back.
Starting running back. He was in my waiver wire last week.
One guy to look out for, Rondell Moore, getting a lot of targets last week. We love to see that. This offense is going to really start to come together. Like I said last week, once Moore comes back, once Hopkins comes back, watch out. The Cardinals are going to be good again. The defense won't be able to stop anybody, but they'll be good. That offense will be real good, and they'll be buzzing.
I just hope there's more consistency out of the wide receivers. Like, who's going to be the featured? Hopefully it's Hopkins, but in Hollywood, I think Moore is just going to hit be on the back burner.
Moore's going to be that
Catch play.
Yeah, he's going to be like that AJ Green from last year, but a healthy AJ Green who knows how to play football. And like he'll still get his 6-7 targets and still be fantasy relevant in a tight spot.
The good part is, like you said, their defense is always going to be playing from behind.
Yeah.
Kenneth Walker time for the Seahawks.
Yep.
Wasn't on my waiver wire because he is mainly owned in 60% of leagues. And most people that had Penny had Walker. A lot of people stacked him up when they went into the draft. Luckily, Penny's out for the remainder of the year. Is he a top 20 running back? 100%.
Yeah.
Just numbers this year, running backs are so down. Anybody who's on, basically any running back who's number one on the team is a top 20 running back, like majority of them, like that aren't sharing carries.
Yeah, I mean, and this offense is a lot better than we thought they were going to be. So
Yeah.
Pete Carroll's the greatest coach of all time.
yeah, and Russell Wilson's most overrated quarterback of all time. That's what we found out this week, ladies and gentlemen.
And the Giants did not trade for him. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. He's looking great.
Yeah, no, for sure. Kenneth Walker, a guy we talked about a lot. Shown he has the ability to catch a football, too. To all the scouts who said he had no idea how to catch a football.
He's from Michigan,
You
so
fucking morons.
Michigan State thing.
Michigan State thing.
it's funny because the running backs that come out of Michigan is
Studs.
is one of the best catching running backs. Who got Bell, and then now we're gonna have him.
Yeah. I mean, Kenneth Walker is not a...
It's not Bell.
Yeah, he's not Le'Veon Bell by any stretch. He's not like a receiving back. He's not like Austin Eckler. But he has the ability to catch a football with no problem. Like, he's like kind of got similar hands like Leonard Fournette has. Like, he can do it.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, so they will give him the ball if they need to.
Yeah.
They won't give it to him 10 fucking times every week. But, yeah, no, I love Kenneth Walker rest of the season. If you can, if you're playing in leagues with people who don't know who Kenneth Walker is, buy up his fist. You can.
And if it is on waiver wire, pay that fab money as much as you can,
All in.
and hopefully you have the top waiver wire pick.
This is the first player on waivers all year where I would spend legitimately 75% to 80% of my fab money.
Yeah.
on.
If you had it, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
don't have any fat money.
You're all out.
That's all I got.
But I agree.
Yeah.
The only concern came in out Penny was if he plays third down back. If he's a third down back because he can't pass protect.
Well, the reason we didn't like Penny was that, right? Didn't see receiving work, but also the team we thought was going to be terrible.
Yeah.
And clearly offensively they're a lot better than we thought. So I really like the outlook for Kenneth Walker the rest of the year.
Geno Smith is cooking. He's currently a top 7 QB.
He is.
It's craziness.
I think it's crazy that Tyler Lockett, every
Yeah.
year I'm down on this guy,
Yes.
and he's consistently a top 20 wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's been awesome this year.
I didn't believe it when you wrote this.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
been so good.
He's better than Metcalf.
Not
Yeah,
shocked because he's
yeah.
a better football player.
I mean, finally, if you think so.
I just say all around he's a better football player. DK's a fucking insane athlete, but Tyler Lockett's a better football player. Runs a better route.
He's been good. Just wanted to point it out. He's been awesome.
It's funny that when Landry retires in the next 2 years, it's gonna be Lockett that fills the role of most
Underappreciated.
Underappreciated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Probably.
He's whoop
Yeah.
right there. Because Lockett's not even. He might be
He's
just turning
29.
30.
29-30, I think.
Lot of
So
miles
we still
left.
got 6 more
30. He's 30. Sorry.
years. He's got
He-
5 more years.
Yeah, and he hasn't like really been injury prone or anything. He's just been doing his thing.
I mean, it's still on the shorter side, but
Yeah, well, so are you.
I mean, I'm not complaining. What kind of laugh is that? I think that's all we have for the
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Yep.
Panthers versus Rams.
About time Matt Rule got fired.
Finally.
Yeah, he won. What was it 1-22 when his team was down 17 points.
Yeah.
How is a team down 17 points that many times? 1-22?
That's a head coaching problem.
Holy shit.
And their defense is it's really good defense. A young group.
They can't score.
Yeah. Offense is
And
a problem.
like you're saying how can they be down that many times? Like, it happens, but like, no, not that many games end by 17 points. They just can't score. Like 17 points in the NFL is 3 possessions.
Yeah,
It's not insurmountable. It's not the end of the world.
the bigger question is how is your offense so bad? You have arguably a top 5 running back. You have DJ Moore, wherever you want to rank him. DJ Moore was first round talent.
He's talented.
He is talented. You have
Robbie Anderson.
Robbie Anderson, who's one of
Talented.
the best deep threat wide receivers. And then you have second round pick Marshall. You have former second round pick, the one from the Jags.
Treadwell?
Not Trevor.
No.
The Jags.
Chenault.
Chenault.
Yeah, Laviska Chenault.
Like there's talent on your team, and you just don't know how to use it.
Yeah, I mean, they have quarterbacks like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, P.J. Walker.
Okay, but when Geno Smith is winning and has a worse defense,
Geno Smith is a better quarterback than all 3 of those
I
guys.
agree. But if Geno Smith has not as good as a team surrounding him, then he does. They have a better coach. That's the only thing I'm going to say. If you put a better coach on the Carolina Panthers, like this job right now.
The only thing that Seattle doesn't have is a McCaffrey. Like, their receivers are way better. Their tight end is better. Their
No
defense
offensive
isn't as good,
they're-
but like that's why
They're
Geno's
both on the
playing
same
better.
offensive line, and the Seahawks don't have a defense.
That's what I just said. Yeah,
Yeah.
they don't have any defense, but like
So I mean, the Carolina's defense is holding it together. They have like if you put like I don't even know who if you put like Jimmy G out there, this team would be fighting for a playoff spot.
I don't even know if it comes on him. I think it's just the coaching was awful.
it's
Yeah,
coaching,
the coaching,
but like
yeah.
it's also Baker and it's also Sam Darnold not being good. And like people are like, oh, PJ Walker stinks. He's probably the best option on this fucking team.
Oh, he's gonna bring that.
It's not saying anything.
He's gonna bring that running aspect that the team.
Yeah.
It's gonna help the team for sure. The fact is now, what do we do with DJ Moore?
I'll tell you what. PJ Walker starting this week. Is that confirmed?
Has to. Sam Darnold's
Okay.
still out and Baker's out.
Baker
so-
high
Because
ankle
Baker's
sprain.
getting like 3 different looks from 3 different doctors today.
He's out. He's gonna be out.
Okay, PJ Walker starting. DJ Moore is the best game of the year this year.
I mean, that's not
matchup.
saying much.
It's
He,
not a hot
he
take.
has nothing.
They would be like 13.4 points.
13.4. He gave you the 0.4.
I own DJ Moore in like 3 leagues. He had 13.2. I know for sure. So I think it's 13.4 you need to beat.
It's insane.
Yeah. That's my hot take.
I don't know that there's much you could hope for DJ Moore. I don't know that this changes anything because the quarterback still sucks.
The best thing is if he gets traded. So you're not gonna whatever you do not drop him until you 100% know he can't get traded.
I
Yeah.
dropped him 2 weeks ago in a 10-team league. I don't even fucking care. Off my team.
NFL trade deadline's November 1st, so just
So
keep that
there
in
you
mind.
go.
They got like 3 weeks to trade him.
So the reports are DJ Moore and CMC are on the trade market.
We'll see.
Not saying. I mean, it's gonna be hard to move CMC with that salary.
Yeah,
Yeah, that whole Bills rumor is ridiculous. They
can't afford it. They
it.
can't afford it.
Yeah.
Matthew Stafford confirmed racist.
We've been saying it for 2 years.
Mike was the first
I started
one.
this.
Mike was the first
Yeah.
one.
White on
I
white
hopped
crime.
on right away.
No, it's not even white on white crime. It's white on white on white on white because it's literally all he throws to is the white receivers: Cooper Kupp, Higbee, and Ben Skoranek.
Yeah.
A nobody.
Yeah, and I mean Allen Robinson does nothing.
He is gonna throw to a brother because Jefferson's coming back. I'm just saying it's true that Jefferson. He loves Jefferson. He actually throws to him. He's gonna take the role of Ben. Say the name.
Skoranek.
I can't say it.
Skoranek.
Sko-
No. He can't. He can't.
Skoranek.
Sko. Ron.
Ron.
Ek.
Nick.
There you go.
Skor.
There it goes.
Fuck.
Ben. He can't take Skoranek's role because he looks identical to Cooper Kupp. It's the only way Kupp gets open is because they're like, oh shit, is that Kupp or is that Kupp? And they
Yeah.
get confused.
Maybe.
That's why Tyler Higbee grew his hair out. And,
Right. They all look the same, and that's why it
and
works.
Matthew Stafford's like, look at all these white boys.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
for everybody that has Allen Robinson, drop him. I'm gonna tell you why. Because we did the same exact thing last year. Is why is Allison so bad? We all thought like why he should be good. He should be good. It doesn't matter. Drop him.
Yeah, everybody held on to him all year long.
I did. I owned him.
Yeah, I mean, everybody did because you're like, oh, you've won it. It's gonna be that game, and then
Nope, never.
it's not coming.
It does not matter.
Jogan, you're the highest on Allen Robinson. You think that game's coming?
I just don't think much can change. Offensive line's horrible. Stafford doesn't look great. Maybe if Van Jefferson opens things up a little, but I can't figure out why you don't get Allen Robinson involved.
There's a reason why Higbee is one of the top, whatever he is right now, seven tight ends right now, is because their offensive line is so bad. That's his buddy.
Yeah, and I can't figure out for the life of me why Cam Akers still getting the football.
They both stink. Both running backs stink.
They both stink, but Cam Akers is clearly the worst one.
I think they just both are bad. I don't think it matters at this point. Like Sean McVay is like ready to sign Adrian Peterson. I think it's like, I mean, offensive line stinks. They might not make the playoffs. Honestly, I don't think they will make the playoffs at this point.
Cardinals come back and take this from them.
They're not going to win the division. That's for sure. The Rams are just a mess.
I have nothing else on the Rams.
Nothing else.
You start Cooper Kupp, you start Higbee. That's it.
Higbee, baby. Next up, we have the Bills versus the Chiefs. Kelsey, 4 touchdowns. He is the only player. I don't know if I would word this right. You want to say it?
I know. Are you talking about the yards?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the least yards ever for multiple touchdowns, and it was Marvin Jones who honed it at 93 yards.
Marvin Jones, baby, you said it.
For 3 touchdowns, and Kelsey had 25 yards
for 4 touchdowns.
He had 25 yards.
25 yards. They only threw it to him on the 1 yard line. That was it.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So he had a total of what?
Yeah, total of 7 catches for 25 yards.
Points or something.
He had 30 fantasy points.
That's it.
25 yards. That's wild.
Yeah. Most insane stat line ever. The best part was that FanDuel put out a boost last night. Odds boost
for 4 touchdowns.
No. That would have been amazing.
I saw someone put a bet for 4 touchdowns.
Someone bet Kelsey to get 3 and Devontae Adams to get 2, and it hit. It was like a $10,000 payout. It was absurd. Oof. But they put out a boost where Devontae Adams and Kelsey both get over 50 yards, and it was like great odds.
Oh yeah.
Great odds, and everyone lost.
Here's some life lessons, ladies and gentlemen. If you ever see one of those boosts, don't take it.
Yep.
They know something. Last week, how many touchdowns did Cooper Kupp get? 0, right?
0.
Yeah, they gave you even money for that, didn't they? Useless. Gambling advice. Come on.
They know something we don't.
If Vegas is giving you free stuff, don't take it.
Unless it's a match deposit. Then you take it.
Yeah, then you take it.
Then you take that.
Yeah.
Or the free same
no
game
risk
parlays.
bets. Yeah, things like that.
Same-day parlays are free money.
That is free money. Make your money. That's where you make your money. And you pick the biggest parlay you got.
Yeah. If they're going to, no risk parlay, 100,000. Let's go.
Yeah. Juju, droppable?
Yeah, I guess.
Hardman was
He
featured
played
week.
like shit. He dropped a few balls.
He did.
He's been fumbling, too.
He fumbled in week 1, man.
He had 2 fumbles in week 1, and where he's been fumbling.
He's a fumbler.
He's been fumbling.
No, I think Hardman's being featured a lot more.
None of them are. I have the stat. Kelsey has 7 of the 15 touchdowns. Hardman has 1 touchdown. Watson has 1. That's it. No other receiver on the team has a touchdown.
I'm saying about targets.
I don't even think he's on the.
I mean, this last game I've seen.
It was
Hardman.
it was Scantling. Scantling was the top guy. It goes in targets. It goes Kelsey, Juju, Scantling, and then Mecole has 17. He has less than
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Just said last game.
Oh yeah,
Last game.
Last game.
Just listen to me. Anyway, drop him.
I have no love.
I told you there's not even another wide receiver on this team you love.
No, it's a shame we'll never see Juju with a good quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. Oh wait, we did.
Yeah, it's just not meant to be.
I told you he stank.
Yeah, the stank.
I don't know. I can't really say you told me because we both thought he would have a 1,000-yard season, which he still could because he actually has a pretty decent receiving yard total. But other than that, he's not fantasy.
He should be just on your bench. He's a good.
Yeah,
he's
you're not actually dropping him. You're dropping him from your starting lineup.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm assuming Mr. Joe Green wrote this himself. Gabe Davis to East Coast Mike Williams. I love that.
It's true.
I just think he's boomer bust. Like he doesn't see a ton of targets. That's what just concerns me.
He's averaging 6-7 targets a game.
I have it right here. He has 6'3", 6'5".
Oh, 6.
The 3 is when he got hurt though. He was out of the game.
Yeah. But
6, 6, and 6, and he caught 3 of them for 175 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Honestly, he is boomer bust. If he gets 6 to 7 targets, you got to keep him in your lineup in the flex.
He's never leaving my lineup.
Well, you have a shit team.
Just because.
Bucko. Come on, man. Join the real world where me and Joe Green have 3 top 10 wide receivers.
I mean, I have
The real world.
I have top 15 wide receivers on my team, so
Not 3 of them.
2 of them.
I don't know. I just think he's just so boomer bust. It's gonna be tough some weeks. Like there are gonna be weeks where he gets you 6 points.
Yeah.
And then there'll be weeks where he gets you 30.
The week
but,
before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I threw a stat in there to defend you because our friend here, Graham Bardfeld, said broke down his last 8 games and 33 receptions, 708 yards, 11 touchdowns, which is 21 fantasy points a game. So I gave you a little bit of defense there.
Listen, I have Davis, and he's on my roster, and he's in my starting. I have a stack of Allen and Davis.
Yeah, I mean, I told you that's that guy.
The reason why I like him is because I like the touchdowns.
Yeah,
He's
He's a
big touchdown
monster.
machine.
I just wish he demanded more targets. That's what drives me crazy.
The
Because I
problem-
own him in 2 leagues.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I don't have him. I just
we all
it's
own him here.
frustrating.
The problem is that he has a lot of weapons outside of this. Like,
Who? He only throws to Stephon Diggs.
that's true too.
Well,
Like Stephon Diggs is the only guy who's
Shakir's
more
good player, the rookie.
He's a rookie. He's a 2nd round pick, I think. A 3rd round pick.
I don't want to
Anyway.
be wrong on it. I think it might be a 3rd, but
I mean,
no, he's a
he
talent.
loves his boy. What's the other guy? When he's
McKenzie.
Mackenzie
He's
loves
hurt.
his boy.
He's in concussion protocol.
Yeah.
He's got that Tua syndrome. He's just retarded. I mean, and he fumbles too. He fumbled last time he was on the field.
He's fumbled 2 times since week 1.
He can fumble once. Like, you're playing the Chiefs this week, man. You bring out the big guns. Got to bring out the big guns.
I want to see a 52-48 game this week.
Yes,
We are not getting one.
I would love one of those.
We're not getting one, man.
You think it's gonna be under?
Yeah, I don't. It's just it's built up so much that it's like,
It's gonna go on.
yeah, it's just.
Well,
Real
it's
letdown.
probably like a 58 over right now.
Probably.
Oh, then it's a guaranteed under.
Yeah.
Anything over 55.
I'm just saying, fantasy wise, I would love to see this game.
Yeah, I would love.
This is
I
gonna
think
be,
the
I
best
think
game.
it still might be a very good game for Davis this week.
Yeah, I like Davis a lot this week.
He might not get the touchdown. I think this is the game where you see the yards, possibly not seeing the touchdowns.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He might see the targets actually.
Who knows? You might get another 98-yard touchdown
Could.
We'll see.
and 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Sorry, we play the Steelers cover.
Fucking unreal.
I don't think we say anything about this. Hopefully, the Bills get CMC because there's no running backs on this team.
No,
they
there's
just
nothing to
don't
talk
use
about.
them, man.
They don't use him.
Like, you're up 35
He's the
points
running
and they
back.
don't use them.
He's the running back.
I'm telling you, it's going to be their biggest downfall is that they don't have a running back that
They
can
do.
count on.
They have running
James
backs. They
Cook.
they
James
don't-
Cook is good. Devin Singletary is good.
They don't use them though.
If this team needs an
They don't
AJ
use him.
Dillon.
Yeah, they need a guy that
They
late in
need
the
someone
game
to
they
run
can just run over people. Josh Allen's the guy. I'm afraid Josh Allen's going to take
No, Josh Jacobs would be perfect on this team.
any power back.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
But
that's a
they're
good
they're not
place
going
to
to
go.
make any deals like that.
I mean, the Raiders might. They suck.
Yeah, but
They're selling.
He's making a ton of money right now, Josh Jacobs, because he's on the final year of his first-year contract.
They can afford that over CMC.
Probably, but it's a lot of
Anyway,
money.
let's kick up. Cowboys versus the Eagles. Dak is still not going to play. You want to know why? Cooper Rush is the better QB. Say it right now. The owner is going to be like, you know what? Sit one more game.
You have a quarterback debate.
Honestly, I'll tell you why Cooper Rush I'll tell you why he's definitely going to play. They're playing the hardest team going against the Eagles. Okay? Cooper Rush should lose. The Cowboys should lose going against the Eagles based off of the game plan. And then you know what? Then they have a follow-up plan. It's like, all right, it's time for Dak to play. And that's when they throw him in. But if he wins, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because now Dak can't be put in the match. You can't be
If you beat one of the best teams in the NFL currently,
undefeated team,
yeah, the only undefeated team, right?
and Cooper Rush wins it,
Yep.
you're screwed.
If he throws over 250 yards, you have to go. You have to roll with them, man.
He's not gonna throw
50
yards.
No, but I'm saying if he does and
Yeah.
torches his defense,
This
I
is
just don't think it's
this
gonna
is number one
that's-
defense.
we're
right now.
talking hypotheticals
Yeah, we're
here.
talking. We're talking.
I think Cooper Rush could throw 6 touchdowns and Jerry Jones is still going to go back.
No, Jerry. This is where you're wrong. Jerry Jones does not give a fuck,
Jerry Jones wants them to give the ball to Zeke. That's all he cares about.
and that's what he's been doing, and they've been winning.
I just can't see them paying Dak all that money and then being.
They'll
like,
trade Zach. They'll trade Dak.
Real quick, if you are in the need of a running back, buy in on Zeke. They play the Lions in 2 weeks.
You're gonna buy him
Oh,
just for the
God.
2
No, they
weeks?
have a good stretch of games. I
All
forgot
right.
who else it is.
All right, I'm
but,
just saying,
like 3 or 4 positive matchups.
I know we talk about the Lions often, but
Yeah. No, I just while we were on the topic, buy if you can. Anything else?
I just put that the Eagles receiving core has been very good, but it's a little frustrating because every other week it's like
somebody
someone
else.
else.
yeah, it was like last week that AJ Brown sucked. Devontae Smith has been on a tear.
Yeah, I'm a little shocked.
Well, it's hit or miss. He's on a tear. He goes off or he does nothing.
Yeah.
Like he literally had 0 catches his first game, and then he had 16 the following. It's like ridiculous.
I think Goddard's the only consistency in this offense, like on the passing. Like he gets 6 to 7 targets a game.
I'd have to look at his game log. I don't own him in any league.
I was trying to trade for him, so I looked. He gets 6 to 7 targets every week. I don't care if you get 6 catches and 44 yards. I love that from my tight end.
Would
like
you? Because
10,
I thought
12
you
points?
liked Taysom Hill then.
Listen,
I thought you would rather have Taysom Hill over
I
that.
would, but I'm not gonna spend. Oh, he's not in our league, so I don't have to worry about that. But I wouldn't spend the fab money on him.
He gets about 4 to 6 targets a week.
Yeah, that's like 10 points, right?
Yeah.
10.2?
Yeah.
10.2.
10.2? I bet you'd rather have Taysom Hill.
I would, but I'm not spending the fab money.
Yeah. The only thing is that they might not be getting the touchdowns. You're not getting the touchdown upside with these guys because Jalen Hurts doesn't throw touchdowns. He just runs them in.
He runs it in, and
Yeah.
that's why I have him as my QB.
Yep. Yeah. Just frustrating. That's it.
Yep, that's all. They're all playing well. Just frustrating.
Now we're finished with that game, and we have to talk about the most disappointing team. The Broncos going against the Chargers. Like, can we just not even talk about this team?
I mean,
Russell Wilson stinks.
I wanted to see he received. I'm not going to pronounce what it was. Some plasma
Completely rich
injection.
plasma.
Yeah,
yeah.
the Kobe
PR
Bryant shit, and he stuck it in his arm.
It's a PRP.
You're right.
So I mean, like, I think you can't even play him in your lineups anymore.
Russell?
Why are you even playing him?
Dude, there's people who are still playing Russell.
I know.
in lineups.
He's on the waiver wire.
Ask
man.
Paul how that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Any team that's still rolling out Russell Wilson in week 5. Oh, it's week 6 now. Sorry. You're 1-4 at best. 1-4.
Well, you drafted him late-ish, 8th round.
7th,
7th,
6th.
8th.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Carr.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Carr's been more consistent.
I'd rather have
than
Cousins.
Russ. I think Russ.
Hey,
I'd rather
Cousins is 4-1.
I'd rather have Wilson.
I'm about to see where Russ is like even lead. Like I don't know where
20. I'd say 21.
I think he's got to be higher than that because
Just going with my gut.
let's see, scoring leaders, quarterback,
Let's see where he is.
2022 season. He's right behind Daniel Jones. He's averaging 14.9 fantasy points. It's 15th.
Yeah.
That's how bad quarterback's been.
That's
but
per game.
per game, 14.9. It's pretty bad.
It's not great.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, rest in peace to our Cortland Sutton over 5.5
Dead.
touchdowns. It's dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
1 touchdown through 5 games.
It's on pace for 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah, that's quick maths.
2.5
2
touchdowns.
I'm glad you guys know how to do math.
It's 2.5.
Yeah, not good.
It's not good.
Just not. I don't know. Unless I can't even think. I don't even think they turn it around. Like that's how bad it is. I don't even think. they turn
Hackett
it
has
around.
no clue how to call plays.
that, and then the shoulder. I just think the shoulder injection. Like
It's a lat muscle. but
yeah,
Same shit.
he just looks bad.
He looks
He
bad.
looks terrible. Like I don't have anything else to say. He just.
Shout out to KJ Hamler. Should have had 2 touchdowns last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have got $50 from me.
Yeah.
I would have gave it to you right there, honestly.
Yeah, that would have done it, man.
I would have been like,
That would have done it.
thank you.
I was so mad.
Take me out to dinner,
I was
please, with the
furious. I
$50.
would've- yeah, I would have split it with you.
What's funny is that's back-to-back weeks he should have had a touchdown too, because the Raider game he should have had one.
He's actually been
He was
featured.
wide open. Yeah,
Twice.
not
Yeah.
shocked. Not shocked.
He's a good player.
It's good.
Just
Oh, he's just
bad
never healthy.
offense. Bad offense.
Third round
Bad
pick.
coach. Bad quarterback.
I wanted to say this is a rough game for Keenan Allen's return, assuming he returns. I don't know, he's been lying a lot lately. But Patrick Surtain is like I mean, he's the real deal. Like, he's probably a top 3 corner in football.
Yeah.
I posted this graphic here, just like he's been strapping up everyone. He doesn't really follow though, because like Devontae Adams, while he didn't do good against Pat Surtain, he still had 100 yards in the game because they just moved him to the other side of the field.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much it matters, but I do think Surtain will be shadowing him or Mike Williams.
Yeah. I'd be more worried if Mike Williams, because Mike Williams stays on one side. Usually Keenan, they move him around a lot.
Yeah, they move him the slot.
Yeah. So, but
Mike Williams, I'd be more.
I
more worried
don't
about.
believe that Keenan Allen. I don't believe until I see it that Keenan Allen's playing.
I mean, the guy said he was going to be back last week and mystically did not play.
Yeah, I'm getting shit because I told somebody to draft him. Like, thought it was great value. You know,
He still is. I mean, he is great value.
yeah.
Well,
So he went he took CMC. He had the first overall. Took CMC, came back, took Higgins, and then took Keenan Allen. Great team, right?
you'd think.
I wouldn't have taken Higgins and sit around, but that's just.
I could have been flip flopped Keenan and
It probably was.
yeah,
Higgins was.
it was
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
flip flopped.
whatever.
But honestly,
You don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
You don't hate it, but you don't love it. Yeah, I have nothing for this game.
No, I think that's
Yeah,
probably about it. I don't think the Chargers side there's anything interesting.
yeah. It's sad to see Gerald Everett not getting any looks last week, but
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah.
that hurt.
Eckler, he was.
Yeah, when Eckler has those games,
When
it's
Eckler,
just-
yeah, there's I went against him, so I had a sad day. That's the only reason I lost. Because of Eckler.
that's the only reason why I lost.
Yeah. Only reason.
All right, that does it for this week.
That wraps it up, folks.
6 weeks in the books. Almost halfway through the season.
Almost
Yeah.
halfway.
Close.
Yeah,
One
so we'll be
continue-
talking playoffs.
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 You know I'll be there.
Me too. You guys are laughing. I don't know why you're laughing.
He's selling his team and he's in playoffs.
I'm
Playoffs?
still selling my team, but I've still got the 4th best team in the league. You guys making fun of me. No
See.
first round pick. No pick until pick 24.
That's why
4th place.
That's why I expect for you to sit next to me.
Listen, I had to put all my concentration in that one league.
And that's why you lost every other league.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Sorry.
Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe.
Check out the waiver wire video.
Make sure you like it, comment it, subscribe to it.
I went Super Saiyan. Mwah.